stories of our lives, words on a page, create a special feeling that become memories. Favorite melodies sung in harmony, lyrics that will tell your story. Come and join the adventures that we now share.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wendell Phipps, and I welcome you to tonight's episode of The Songs of Our Lives, a program where we have special musical guests answering song requests right here on the air. But that's not all. We have some wonderful senior guests who are going to share some of the songs and stories from their lives. Tonight, we are fortunate to have Carole Pillon sharing her story with us. And she's being interviewed by the lovely Lois Rindlisbacher.
Hello, I'm Lois Rindlisbacher, and I'm here with Carole Pillon, and we are talking today about the role of music in her life. Good afternoon, Carole.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for inviting us into your home and talking about music and the role that music plays in your life. So tell us a little bit about yourself and about music in your life.
Oh, wow. You know, when you've been around 81 years, it's an awful lot to learn. But I remember when I was a child, I think that's how I got my interest in classical music. My parents used to take me over to, well, I am from the States, I'm American, and my parents, of course, would take me to downtown Detroit to operettas. And it was singing, and it was dancing, and music, and then in intermission there would be somebody that did juggling or tricks and stuff. The ones I remember seeing were stories Babes in Toyland, Vagabond King, Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, Desert Song. Desert Song I love so much. I got the record and played it and memorized a couple of the songs so I could sing them. I don't know where the records are now because that was a long time ago.
A few moves in 81 years, right?
Yes.
That's awesome.
So I remember just whenever Daddy would come home and say, I got tickets to an operetta, I'd be so thrilled. And after it lingered with me, I would twirl around the living room and dance to the music. And just it was really inspiring to me as a child. I took piano lessons as a child, and I had a wonderful teacher by the name of Mrs. Dibble. And she had some senior students that were just awesome pianists.
Nice.
And I wanted to be a pianist. I really wanted to. But unfortunately, I think when I was a teenager, we moved to a smaller home. Daddy gave the piano to the church. I didn't have a piano anymore, but it was to the point, to my age, where I was, dating and had friends and teenagers, what teenagers do. I always, when I look back, wished I would have continued with the piano. I got myself a little keyboard here that I like to think on, but I'm not that great.
But you enjoy it.
I love it, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
As we're chatting, I hear a little budgie in the background. Tell us about your little budgie bird, because he's definitely singing.
Yes, he reacts to sound. His name is Sonny, and he is a budgie, and he loves music too. If you really want to hear him chirp and twitter away, you put something on with flutes or violins or high-pitched tones. He really likes those. And as he's reacting now to our voices, he hears us talking, so he'll chirp. He's a sweet little guy. I've had him about 7 years, so he's doing really well for a little bird.
We sang in choir together. What brought you to the choir, and what were some of your favorite moments in choir?
I loved choir as a teenager. In junior high school, I was in a glee club. And then when I got to high school, I went to Hazel Park High School, and they were noted for having a good choir. So I was accepted into choir, and I loved it. But the only thing is, being teenagers, the boys were always acting up. And that upset me tremendously. I was there to sing, I was there to learn, and they just upset me so much that one day I just turned around and told one boy, would you just please shut up? And then I got reprimanded by the teacher. So I just kept my mouth shut from then on.
Wow.
And I love choir music. I was a member of the Ferndale Free Methodist Church, and the college for the Free Methodists was Spring Arbor. At that time was a junior college. Now it's a full accredited college. They had an a cappella choir that just, when I think of it, gives me goosebumps. They were just so good. And they would do the circuit of all the Free Methodist churches in Michigan.
Oh, wow.
And the members of the church would take them in for the Sunday, keep them overnight, and be host and hostess to them while they were in town. They were really, really, really good. So, I like singing, and so when I came to Banwell Community Church, I loved the music. It was inviting. It was spiritual. It made me feel good, made me feel happy.
Sure.
So once I said to Janine, I think I'd really like to be a member of that choir. You think I could?
Yeah.
And she says, well, go talk to Ian. So I did.
Sure.
So that's how I became a member of the choir. I enjoyed the people in the choir. I enjoyed learning. I learned a lot from the person I would be sitting next to. Most of the time that was Gail Morris. She had a lot of experience. She knew how to read music a little better than I did, and she would help me out when I needed it. And it was a joy to sing when we sang in the choir on Sundays. I'm kind of a reserved person, but I never was afraid to get up and walk up on that stage and be a part of that choir, because I felt I just felt comforted to be with everybody with the same mindset, the same goal. It was nice. And what was awesome too is just to be able to look out at the faces of the people in the congregation and see how the music was affecting them and how they were responding to that.
Sure.
It was a real joy.
And it's so much easier when you know you've got a whole band of people around you rather than you're just up there by yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there a particular song that you would call a favorite song, say from your classical line or from the hymn line? Tell us about some of your favorites.
I was always interested in classical piano, and I had gotten records when I was a teenager of Hosea Turby playing classical music, and also Rubinstein. Those were the only two that I knew of at that young age that I could get records for. So I learned to appreciate Für Elise, and just some of the other familiar ones would be Claire de Lune, Liebesstrom, just the different movements in each piece, just progressed to something different as they were playing them.
Sure.
It was very interesting, and like I said, classical piano just always gave me goosebumps to hear it. and even now, I love the classical music of Yanni.
Okay.
And I have his CDs, and I had mentioned I just love to put them on when I just feel like I want to be transported somewhere else. I put them on real loud and close my eyes and just let that music just wash over me, and it just, you feel like you've been somewhere else, like a piece of heaven, you know.
Wow.
And as far as other classical songs, I'm a real fan of Il Divo,
Ah, yes.
and I marvel at the voices of these tenors. Each voice is so different,
Yes.
yet together
Yeah.
they're just so magnificent. And yet tenors, they're all tenors. So I've seen them in person,
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
I love their concerts.
Nice.
Yeah, and I don't know, as far as a religious song, the Lord's Prayer is always very moving to me.
Mhm.
And I love to hear it sung, and I love to sing it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's your favorite thing about music?
There is music for every mood. There is music to portray your feelings and to soothe you, to make you happy. I can't imagine life without music. I enjoy every kind except rap. I don't consider that music, but I just can't, and I just cannot imagine life without music. It's amazing.
What a pleasure it's been to talk to you about music and what the role of music has been in your life, and it really opened a lot of memories even for myself, thinking about childhood and music. And if you, and I'm closing, if there was one song that you could choose as one of your favorites that we could provide for you, that we could either sing for you or play for you, what would that song be?
That would be a Für Elise.
Oh, that's it. That you had mentioned it earlier.
Yes.
And is that German for Elise?
I thought it was Liszt, but I'm not sure who
Okay.
wrote it.
Okay.
It's German. It's so he was German.
Oh,
Franz
okay.
Liszt was German, but I don't know. He wrote it for someone by the name of Elsie.
Hence the
I would
Für
like to know the
Elise.
story behind it.
Sure.
Yes, yes.
Sure. And why does that song mean so much to you?
It's just very pretty.
Pretty.
It's
Beautiful.
it has different parts to it that are, you know, fast moving, and some very slow, some very romantic. It touches your heart. You can feel the writer in the notes that he wrote. You can feel the song.
What a beautiful way to put that. You know, I can't imagine how many years ago that music was written, but it still has such meaning for us today.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you, Carole. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lois, and thank you, Carole, for sharing such special memories with us. We have a special treat in store for you. In answer to your request for Für Elise, we have Lisa Shurrock playing a beautiful rendition of the Beethoven classic. Besides being a brilliant pianist, Lisa is the owner, operator, and teacher of an excellent music education facility called Elite Piano Studios in Tecumseh. Please surf and look at more information at their website, elitestudios.ca. Let's listen now to Für Elise as performed by Lisa Shurrock.
Hi Carole, my name is Lisa and it's a pleasure to perform this for you. Thank you so much for your request and I really hope you enjoy. Wish you all the best. much, Carole. Hope you have a fantastic day.
Thank you, Lisa, Lois, and Carole, for this segment of the Songs of Our Lives.